Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to find the inverse of these three functions, and I do have my cat here, so we'll see how this is going to go. I'm not sure if he's going to behave himself and sit in my lap or if he's going to run around and stomp on all the camera equipment, so let's find out. Alright, so our first function is f of x. F of x equals x over 3 plus 2. Okay, so the first step on all of these is always to replace your function name with y. So I'm just going to write y equals x over 3 plus 2. And now I'm going to solve for x. So let's see, x is here in the numerator of this fraction, so I need to deal with this 3. But more importantly, before that, I need to deal with this 2. So I need to get that to the left side by subtracting 2 from both sides. So when I do that, this is going to cancel out here. So now I have y minus 2 equals x over 3. Now I've almost got x by itself, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 3. Remember, whenever you're doing this multiplication on both sides, you multiply the entire side by 3. So we got to get parentheses around y minus 2. Now this factor of 3 and this denominator of 3 will cancel, and now we have 3 times y minus 2 equals x. Okay, so we've isolated x, and now we're going to swap the names x and y. This is because when you're doing an inverse, that's the whole point, is to swap the input and the output. So we'll just switch their names, and now I'm going to finish up by renaming y as the name of the inverse function. So this is going to be 3x minus 2 equals f inverse of x. I usually write that part on the left, but it doesn't really matter. So this is my final answer here. And let's go ahead and do another one. Let's see, does this look okay if I do it on the back? I guess it's okay. All right, so for number 2 here, we are doing g of x. I'm not sure if you guys can hear, but my cat is indeed purring, so he seems, pretty content for now. We'll see if he starts to make any trouble. Okay, so g of x is 1 over x minus 3. He's not a huge fan of math, to be honest. So I'm going to first replace g of x with the letter y. So this is y equals 1 over x minus 3. And now I'll try to solve for x. So in solving any equation, I have to deal with getting rid of the fractions. So when it's just like this, y equals a fraction, I'll multiply both sides by the denominator of the fraction so as to cancel it out. Make sure you get it in parentheses when you're doing it because it does have that minus inside of it. You have to protect that for the order of operations. And the same thing over here. Get the whole side in parentheses and then also the denominator in parentheses. Where are you going, buddy? Okay, he's going away, and now he's probably going to come back in the worst way possible, but let's wait and see. Okay. So we have the entire denominator here is going to cancel. That was the whole point of doing this multiplication. So we're going to have x, try to get my knuckle out of the way. We get x minus 3 times y equals 1. And then now I need to isolate x here, and it's inside the parentheses. So in order to get rid of the parentheses, you can't just drop them, but you can distribute into them. So I'm going to distribute y to x and to negative 3. So then I'm going to have xy minus 3y equals 1. Okay, and now I don't have parentheses anymore, but I've still got some other kind of crud here stuck onto x that I have to deal with. So first I'll get rid of this term by adding it to both sides. So plus 3y plus 3y. So those are going to cancel out. Xy equals, he's scratching on things. It's very ominous. I hope he doesn't suddenly explode from behind my laptop. If you hear me scream, you'll know why. Okay. So we have 1 plus 3y on the right hand side. And now to solve for x, I just need to divide both sides by y, since x is being multiplied by y here. I get rid of it by dividing. Okay, so this is going to be x equals 1 plus 3y over y, and there's no need to simplify any more than that. Now, to finish up here, I'm going to swap the names x and y. So y equals 1 plus 3x over x. And now I'm going to rename this as the inverse function. So this is g inverse of x equals 1 plus 3x over x. And that's it for that problem. Let's go ahead and do the last one. So the last one has an exponential in it, which is kind of fun. So we have h of x. My knuckle is still in the way here. I thought I had this camera set up perfect, but my own hands are foiling me. Okay, so h of x equals, maybe if I put my hand like this, 1 plus, yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, oh, sorry, now I'm distracting myself and you. 1 plus e to the 2x. Okay, so in order to, well, first let's replace this with y. So y equals 1 plus e to the 2x. Okay, so now we want to solve for x, and it's up here in the exponent. So we're going to need to get it down, but before you can start doing that, you need to first isolate the whole exponential thing, the whole exponential function here that it's inside of, and that means getting rid of this 1 plus. So we're going to subtract 1 from both sides. Okay, since 1 is being added to the e function, we need to get rid of it by subtraction. Okay, now we've isolated the exponential term, and now I can apply natural log to both sides because that's what cancels with the e exponential function. So I'm going to do natural log of the entire side at a time. I like to write natural log in cursive so I don't start thinking it's 1n. So I do it like this. Okay, so that's ln of the entire side in parentheses. And then over here also ln of e to the 2x. I recommend the cursive, I think it's kind of fun. Okay, now what's going to happen is on the right side here, ln and e, those two functions cancel each other out, and the exponent is just going to come down and be 2x. And then on the left side, you cannot simplify this at all. It's like you've put it in a little box called ln, and it's just going to live in that box now. And finally, to isolate x, we just need to divide both sides by 2. So we're going to have x on the right, and on the left we have ln of y minus 1 over 2. Okay, now to finish up, just swap the variable names. So this is ln of x minus 1 over 2, and this is y. And then finally just name y as the inverse function h inverse of x. I'll do it on the left side this time since that's where people usually like it, though it doesn't really matter. Okay, and that is it. So I'll see you in another video.